So I wish I would have someone tell me that who you are in high school is not defined by the sport you play. It's not defined by what other people think. It's defined by how you treat other people. A real girl or boy, a real man or woman, treats other people with kindness and respect. It took me a long time to learn that. I didn't always treat my parents with kindness and with the respect they deserved. I sometimes got in arguments with friends, but a real person is going to have character. They're going to be a person of their word, and they'll stand up for the person being bullied. Or if they see someone sitting by themselves, they might go talk to that person, even if it's for 10 seconds, and make their day. Or it might mean, I'm not saying to change your life. Go about your daily life like you would, but it's about making small, tiny, incremental changes. I wish I would have had someone tell me it's not about making these really big, unfathomable changes. It's about the smallest, tiniest little changes that you can apply in your life. In the grand scheme of things, your self-worth does not have anything to do with the sport you play, with the activities you do. So again, if you don't play a sport, this is still relating to you because it doesn't have to be a sport. It could be an activity, a group, an organization. Those are all great. I was involved too. I was involved like crazy. But why was there no one who just said, Jeff, in the grand scheme of things, being on a team doesn't even matter. It's a laughable thing. Why did no one tell me that? Why was I so close to committing suicide? And why was everyone saying, this is your life? You have to be on this team to be important. Why? I don't get it. I still don't get it. That is the cornerstone, the key of really dealing with unexpected challenges, of remembering that even when you don't realize it, there are people who love you. I didn't realize that when I was in my rock bottom moment, but there are people who love you. And also realizing that with your entire life ahead of you, the opportunities that you truly have are unfathomable. And if someone were to tell me, Jeff, someday you're going to not only write and publish a book, but you're going to be the fastest person in the history of Johns Hopkins University, one of the greatest universities in the world, to finish a master's degree, while growing a business, speaking internationally, traveling, consulting, networking, and working a dream job for the government, I would have laughed at them. I would have said, that's impossible. I said, I'm nobody. That would never happen to me. I would have said that to them. I would have been 17 years old. I would have sat there and I would have said, you're wrong. I would have said, Jeff, because I'm the most skeptical person of all. I would have laughed at me and I would have said, you're wrong. Where I go to undergrad does matter. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know my challenges. And that's why this is so ironic and unlimited right now, because I am the ultimate skeptic. So I am the person who would question what I'm saying the most. And I had this amazing transformation, step by step, from being caught up in my self-worth on a team to then going to this small school no one knew about, because I needed a second chance at high school. I never had the normal things most people had in high school. I needed a second chance. And then I was so insecure for so many years, and it was like, forget about 1 step forward, 2 back. It was literally, I'm not joking around, 1 step forward, 7 steps back. Every time, it was like the moment I made progress, then someone would make fun of me. The moment I would make progress, I'd be reminded of my unfair past. The moment I would make progress, I would feel like nobody again. And year after year, I would go, and then all of a sudden I studied abroad, and I realized, after talking to all these people, where you go to undergrad school has nothing to do, not 1%, 0% to do with how successful you'll be in life. Don't let anyone tell you where to go to undergrad. Pick the school you want to go to. The people who I applied to the Ivy Leagues. The people who go to the Ivy Leagues, oftentimes, they're very smart, but oftentimes they don't even end up necessarily as successful as people who didn't go there. And I kept on moving forward. I was like, wow, I'm getting these realizations, but then I was fighting. It was like it was an endless struggle. The insecurity was always there, and it was always there, and I kept on going. And all of a sudden, I started sharing this at Rotary clubs and Kiwanis clubs, and I share this at Toastmaster meetings, and I share this at dozens of chambers of commerces. And then I started even doing seminars, and I was like, wait a second, the story is resonating with people, and I started to slowly pick myself up out of there. And I finally got to a point 7 years later where I realized 100% that when you keep something in perspective, you realize that your self-worth doesn't depend on it at all. I don't play one sport right now, but I've never been happier as I travel and write and speak and work, things that I, not someone else, not parents or friends or family or teachers or guidance counselors or acquaintances, that I defined I wanted to do. Why did no one tell me that? Final take-home message, you are responsible. If you're ever upset, take control of your response. You have a purpose. This is the last message. You have a purpose for being here on the planet. You have meaning to your lives. Everything happens for a reason. You will do great things, and you will reach the mountaintop. Have a great day.